This is a make you think. So this morning, I'm in extreme pain. My intestines hurt. My GI hurts. The mold's getting to me. My 25-year-old Caesar disorder is terrible. And the 15 years of stomach problems is terrible for my medication. So I am fucking terrible right now. But a thought just came to my head. The two people who did most of this to me. The person responsible for not repairing the mold, the person letting mushrooms come in from the bathroom, the person that literally took the light bulbs out of the hallway so people have to fall, the person who decided to save money on salt so people slip on the winter, the person who decided that it was easier to let the tenant pay an $800 electric bill than fix his own windows. That person lives on a beach house in Algonquin. Literally a nice big beach house. But it gets weirder and funnier. The people who ended up giving me handfuls of pills and giving me an overdose at age 7, and then I woke up with this shaking and taser-like feeling in my back getting worse every year. The person who decided to do all these epicac punishments, the person that let the other person do it to me, the person that paid for me to be thrown around or paid somebody else and then didn't know that I was getting thrown around. They also live in Algonquin, not on the beach, but walking distance from the beach. So the two people who did the most damage to my body, and pretty soon I'm going to have to die a slow, painful death because of their choices. So those two people who have made the worst choices that affected my life, or I should say 3 people, my mother, father, and my landlord at the moment. Those 3 people have done more damage to my body than anybody else, and they're taking away my toolbox. Like, I would like to move out of this apartment, but I've gone from making $20 an hour, from $15 an hour, to $13 an hour, to $10 an hour, up to $12 an hour, and then somebody else wanted a raise, so I took the short end of the stick and went back to 11. I did get offered a 14-hour raise just last week, but I can't take it because I'm too sick. I just had to ask for my hours to be lowered so I can spend more time at the hospital. Why? Because the landlord and my father and my mother decided to poison me over and over and over and over and over so that they could save money. The landlord decided to let his tenants fall down a giant hill that he's supposed to salt and to 3 flights of stairs because he wants to save 40 cents on light bulbs for 6 months on end. And then when the inspectors get called and say they're coming, he just throws one in for a couple days. He doesn't want to put in new windows, so he lets the tenants breathe in large amounts, to the point where there are head-sized holes in the wood windows walls from the mold. You can see the black eating it and making it bigger. This was here when I moved in, but it's hidden, so I didn't find it until after I signed the lease. So that person also lives on a beach house in Algonquin. So the 2 people killing me live side by side, and they literally can knock on each other's doors. And one person acts like they're done everything for me, and the other person now acts sweet. Meanwhile, I'm suffering and going to the emergency room for their choices. And I've been doing so for 25 years. I remember at age 7 being treated for this goddamn stuff. Going to physical therapy at age like 8, 9. Going to doctors and them telling me I have coordination issues. Having teachers pull me out of class asking me why I can't move my body properly at the age of 8. So this has been going on for a long time. I remember vomiting at 15 every morning and the doctors telling me just drink a glass of milk with the 6 pills you're taking as I get sicker and sicker day by day. And the 2 people who still have power to do something about this decide to collect more money because they're afraid that they might have to pay to take responsibility for their actions. Oh, I can't take responsibility for my actions. That might cost a couple dollars. So let's let this kid die and suffer. And I'm so tired of that being people's opinions. And I am tired of peeing black. I'm tired of swollen GIs. I'm tired of having seizures, head injuries, fractures, all for other people's choices. And I was orphaned, by the way, taken from my mother and put in this situation. I had no choice in the matter. I was abused and the state let it happen.